In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Huzzah, that monopolistic monster's no more.
The Federalists will never strip us of our rights.
The states will always prevail.
Yay!
Yay! States!
Oh, Jackson! That was a crazy party, man!
I know, right?
Yeah, we got all up in those court sets.
One by
Yo,
one.
man! I don't feel so good, dog.
You again. You'll make me teach you another lesson.
I ain't done with you.
Yo, Jackson! Yo, Jackson! You crazy, man. You crazy, dog.
So we just got latest news. The president is dead.
What a shame. Our 7th president, gunned down? He has so many enemies, I don't even know where to begin.
From what I heard, he was a very stubborn man that has caused many conflicts. Anyway, where did this occur?
Well, it was just outside the tavern, I heard, on the corner of 6th and Oak.
What looks to be the cause of this death?
Definitely a pistol. I don't know how many wounds, though.
Well, it surely has to be the work of Jackson's enemies. Anything left at the scene?
Actually, quite a few things. They're really peculiar. Well, let's go now. It's this way. As you can see, we have a number of items here left after the murder. We gotta bring them all back to the station.
All of it?
Yes.
What about that empty liquor bottle?
Yes.
What about that mutilated copy of the Constitution?
Yes.
What about that mutilated copy of the Declaration of Independence?
Yes.
What about those coins?
Yes.
What about that stupid misspelled note about slavery forever?
Yes. Everything is valuable in the case. The smallest details can determine the outcome. So bring it all back.
Whatever you say, sir.
I'm gonna bring these back to the station. Can you go ask the bartender what he saw last night?
Okay. Good day, sir. My name is Detective Sukdeep. Do you have any recollection of the events that occurred last night?
Come to think of it, there was a rowdy bunch of supporters here. Andrew Jackson and his lads were celebrating the demise of the Bank of the United States.
Was there anything suspicious that you witnessed during this party?
There was a mysterious man at the back of the pub. I believe it was Chief Justice John Marshall.
Well, that's peculiar. Marshall was an ardent Federalist. Why would he go to a Democratic celebration?
That is rather peculiar. You know who else was here? Benton. And he was urging drunken Jackson out to the bar last night.
Urged him to go home? So that's the reason Benton left. Did he leave Jackson out the bar?
Oh, aye. He made sure that he was leaving with him.
So Benton led Jackson to the place where he was later murdered. Suspicious. Equally suspicious was that John Marshall, but I don't see that this is threatening as Benton. I guess I'll have to call the two men in for questioning.
What the f?
Under arrest for suspicion of killing Andrew Jackson. Everything you say and do will be used against you.
This is blasphemy.
Keep it moving, keep it moving.
This is madness.
Nice boxes. Don't worry, I'll flush for you.
Oh, God! Mr. Ben, you're under arrest for suspicion of under Jackson's murder.
How'd you get in my bed? What is this?
Sequoia, you're under arrest for suspicion of killing the president.
What are you talking
Get out
about?
of the bathroom right now. Get out of the bathroom right now.
You can see my
Get out of the bathroom right
you
now.
can see my
Sir,
boobies.
sir, I need you to
No.
stop talking. I do not understand your language.
What are you doing?
Bring in Sequoia.
Oh, okay. Just because I'm Indian, you have to use all this excessive force.
Sit down.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Detective Sardeep.
Are you serious?
Sir, that was my grandmother's name.
Yes, sir.
According to our records, your name is Sequoia, born in 1776 in the Cherokee town of Tuskegee. Tell me a little more about yourself.
I began in my youth in the state of Tennessee.
Whoa. I thought you were Native American. Why do you have an Indian Asian accent?
This is a Native American accent.
No, it's not.
How would you know? You are Native American, huh? Tell me. Okay, let me continue on with my story. Ay, caramba.
That's Spanish!
Anyways, I began in my youth in the state of Tennessee, but quickly fled due to incoming encroachments from the whites. I fled straight to Georgia, where I began to work as a silversmith. I was literate at the time and went to learn English from a nearby farmer named Charles Hicks. He got me involved in a task like writing, which began my interest in it. I realized that my own people were just as literate as I used to be. In 1809, I began work on a new system of Cherokee writing system. After I moved to Alabama, where I enlisted in the War of 1812 for the American side, I fought in the Battle of Horseshoe Bend. During the war, many of my fellow Cherokees could not understand military orders or write letters home. This was when I started working on creating Cherokee writing system. By 1821, my 85-letter writing system was adopted by the Cherokees, making them literate. In 1824, I received a Medal of Honor for my work for literacy. After its completion, I worked as a statesman and diplomat for Alabama to protect native land from encroaching whites.
So, you worked for the protection of Native American land. Interesting. How did you react to the Indian Removal Act of 1830?
I mean, of course, I was outraged. I worked so hard to protect the land, and then right in front of me, it was taken away from me by force. This led my people to going through suffering, hardship, pain, starvation, disease, and much more white migrating to the new land.
I see. What caused you here today to discuss the occurrences on March 1st, 1837? I know that you were one to report Jackson's death. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I heard shots fired from across the street and came to see what was going on. Everyone from the bar came out to see what happened as well.
You were across the streets when you heard the shot.
Yes, they were quite loud. I believe there was more than one. I alerted a close police officer on the corner, and I left it to him.
Did you stay around to see what happened afterwards? Did you see anyone near Jackson, or perhaps someone running away?
No, sir. It was very dark. I heard gunshots, heard the body on the ground, told the officer, and I left. I think I heard footsteps running away, but I couldn't tell because of the party that came out of the bar. That is not my business. I left that to the officers after my duty was done.
Thank you very much. Your information will help us greatly. Oh, one last thing. You said you saw a party for Jackson that was going on earlier that evening, correct? Did you see anyone that was there?
Yes, sir, I did. I saw everyone in the party pretty clearly.
Did you happen to see, as you could say, Chief Justice Marshall there?
John Marshall? The Federalist? Oh no, he was not there.
Now, did you happen to see Thomas Hart Benton?
Now thinking about it, I did see him. I saw dark figures run away that seemed to have the posture and body size of Benton.
This is interesting. We will look into Marshall and Benton more thoroughly. Take him away.
Racial profiling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Benton.
Same to you, Detective.
As you know, we are here discussing the untimely death of Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, such an untimely death. He was a great honorable man, a good friend of mine.
Such good friends, you say, so I assume that you were on good terms with Jackson at the time.
Good terms? We were on great terms. He was a great political supporter of mine, and I served under him as his aide-de-camp.
Jackson was such a good friend of yours, you say. Such good friends that you two were involved in a violent duel that almost killed Jackson?
That was we had a small rocky past, and I assure you that we mended that. As civilized men we are, but it was a small disagreement.
Personally, I don't consider a bullet to the shoulder a small disagreement. That bullet could have killed Jackson.
Jackson and I are very similar men. We are proud Westerners and military men. As similar men, we have a quick temper and are very aggressive. As aggressive men, we will end a quarrel in a big way.
Even if that quarrel is over the reputation of one's son?
Yes, sir.
What if I told you that I found a certain thing at the scene of the crime that was of great reputation to your political beliefs?
What are you alluding to?
At the scene of the crime, we found coins scattered around his body. That seems like a political point, does it not?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What about your experience as Jackson's aide-de-camp? Was it exciting and eventful for you?
I'm not following your logic, sir.
Around Jackson's body, a clipping of a newspaper regarding the war was found. That same war was uneventful for you. The one you didn't experience enough combat. Was this or was this not an accurate statement of your opinion?
I will be honest with you, sir, and say that was my opinion during the war. There wasn't enough combat? Sure, there wasn't. It wasn't a great experience for me. It was a little bit disappointing, but that's not a motive to kill Jackson.
While you may seem these are small points and trivial, I assure you that they will be valuable in court.
Jackson was an honorable man, and I challenge you to take this to court. But these small facts will not add up. I assure you, I did not kill my friend.
Excuse me for one moment. Do you think he's guilty?
I think he's guilty.
All right, lock him up.
What?
Well, I guess we should cover all our bases. Bring in Chief Justice John Marshall. Good afternoon, Mr. Chief Justice. I'm sorry about the circumstances we are meeting under, but you were cited at the tavern the night of Jackson's murder.
Me? Why would I mingle with the lower sort? That's preposterous.
Really? I've had many accounts of you being in the same tavern as Jackson and lingering in the back.
They must be mistaken.
All of them agreed to seeing you.
Actually, I did stop in at a tavern for a quick drink.
Really now? What kind of drink did you have?
Is this really necessary, officer?
Yes, it is.
Well, if you must know, I had liquor. My favorite brand, to be exact.
Mr. Marshall, is your favorite brand Remy Martin XO?
Why, yes it is. Did you guess because of my vast wealth?
Actually, we found a bottle, empty liquor bottle, near Jackson's body.
It's nice to hear that even lowly fools have a fine taste in liquor.
It's also suspicious to hear that your favorite drink was found near Jackson's body and you got it that night.
You're making wild accusations.
Actually, Mr. Marshall, I've not yet made an accusation. Anyway, let's discuss your relationship with the late Andrew Jackson. You didn't like him much, did you?
No, and I still do not. The man knows nothing about finance or government. He unwisely vetoed the Second Bank of the United States simply because he didn't like it. He wants the power to be in the hands of the uneducated and unsophisticated masses. Jackson was an imbecile, and such stupidity deserves to be dead.
Seems to me you had the motivation to kill Jackson. You disagreed with Jackson on the Indian Removal Act of 1830, did you not?
I wish I'd killed him. Yes, we bitterly debated over the Indian Removal Act of 1830. He violated the rights of the Indians and forced thousands of them to leave their homelands and travel deeper west. This act was inhumane and led to the death of thousands of Cherokees. I sympathized with them, and I was surprised a Cherokee did not get to them before I did.
Eureka! Maybe a Cherokee did get to him first. Assistant! Bring back Sequoia!
Yes, sir. I'm on it.
Let's go, John.
Get him out of here!
Bring in Sequoia.
Get in there. Sit down.
Okay, relax, tough guy.
Hello, sir.
Hello, detective. Nice to be back here again.
As you know, we've had a breakthrough in our cases. We need to go over a few things to get the facts straight.
Breakthroughs in the case? I told you everything that happened last night, sir.
It seems that your friend, Chief Justice Marshall, had a few things to add when we asked him questions earlier today.
John Marshall? What are you trying to say?
It seems that your friend, Chief Justice Marshall, were good friends, no? Partners in crime, one would say.
I admit to respecting Marshall unconditionally. He helped out my people immensely by defending us against the horrible rulers of Georgia who refused to accept my people's laws. Even though we rightfully established our own laws and government, they still thought they could rule over us. Marshall, in his role of Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, defended my people. 3 times he upheld the Cherokee people's rights. If it wasn't for Andrew Jackson...
Yes, sir. Please finish your thought. If it wasn't for Andrew Jackson, what would happen to your people?
If it wasn't for Andrew Jackson, Marshall's rightfully ruling would be superior. My people would uphold our land without these awful westward expansionists. Such selfish Americans. Only Marshall understands that we must work together.
So, Marshall understands your suffering, and Jackson is an inconsiderate expansionist?
Precisely.
No, I understand, sir. We'll end on that subject.
No, let me clarify.
I said it's enough. So you said Marshall was not there that night. Jackson was there, correct?
Exactly.
Well, according to Marshall himself, he was there in the bar.
Well, it was very dark.
You said you could see everyone who was at the bar. Very clearly, though. Everyone who was at the bar came outside.
Maybe I made a mistake. It happens.
It seems like this was the first mistake of many. Such as trusting Marshall, your friend. Marshall told us a few interesting things about your relationship.
I don't know what you are talking about.
Such as an alliance. Marshall told us what went on between you two.
What? What did he say?
Are you sure that don't want to tell us anything before we go to court? Where your supposed good friend Marshall will make you look like a fool and a liar? Are you sure you don't want to clear your record before you get convicted for lying to us, tarnishing the record of your beloved Cherokees and as a group of liars?
Never! I will never disrespect my people. Okay, sir, I let you have it. Marshall and I had to do it. He was taking down the United States and my people. Marshall was upset about the dirty Democrats, but I'm not sure what that means. All I know is that he disrespects my people and he caused us over 100 years of suffering and too many deaths. This was my way to restore my people in my tribe. For my people, do you know how it feels to lose thousands of men, women, and children? What am I supposed to say to these people? Oh, well, get him next time. There is no time. The monster Jackson had one. I had to do my part to ensure that this was the last of the wrongdoings for my people and take down the monster at the top. I only shot once. Marshall had to finish him off with the last 2 shots.
Well, thank you, Sequoia. That is all. So you and Marshall teamed up to kill Jackson. You are guilty of killing the president.
No. The president is guilty of killing my people. Thousands of them. He is not guilty for that. What are you going to do about that?
I said that's all, sir. I'll see you.
You don't understand. You don't. No.